Did you know that the opioid crisis in this country is actually a gift to us? Did you know that? It's a gift for our time now. Now let me explain what I mean by this, okay? According to the CDC, from the years between 1999 and I believe 2019, an estimated 500,000 people, 500,000, 500,000 people have died of an opioid overdose. That's just strictly overdose. When you factor in the people who have been on opioids for a prolonged season, the damage it does to your cardiovascular system, leading to heart disease, strokes, leading to liver failure, leading to all those other things. The deaths that are a result of that from the prolonged opioid exposure is off the charts. So it goes way beyond 500,000. It goes into the millions of people that have died. So why would I say that's a gift? Okay, and I do not mean to minimize the tragedy that has come from the opioid crisis, but here's why it's a gift, okay? Because history, and again, it's still a crisis ongoing, but it's largely, we've recognized it as a crisis. It took a long time before we recognized it as a crisis. The reason it took a long time is because of where it came from. Yes, it came from, how did the opioid crisis originate? Well, it's a self-made problem, human-made problem. It actually came from the medical industry. It actually came from pharmaceutical companies. And the reason they created these drugs was actually to try to solve a problem. Yeah, there was a real problem with chronic pain. Lots of people have chronic pain due to a variety of issues. And in this drug, when it came out, it was seen as a miracle. Some people, including politicians and pharmaceutical executives and doctors and scientists, were saying this is a breakthrough in pain management. And they were talking about how amazing this drug was and how it was going to end pain as we know it and revolutionize people's lives and give people a second chance in life. Yeah, it seemed like a great thing. So they prescribed opioids to people with chronic pain. And it worked, seemingly, briefly. But then, as with most things that drugs, anything, external solutions, you need more of it, right? It didn't work after a while. It kind of wore off. So they had to keep prescribing them. So the drugs had to get stronger, and you had to keep prescribing them. And you had to, and if it, they just kept prescribing more and more and more. When one dose would wear off, they'd give you another dose, and then another dose, and another round, and another round, and another round. And eventually it led to the crisis we have today. Now, why am I bringing this up? We can learn from this. Anything you do in life, anything we do in life, if it doesn't work the first time, or the second time, or the third time, if there's a pattern and you're seeing the problem increase, the solution you've been turning to is not actually a solution, not a sustainable one. This is true in every aspect of life, not just talking about healthcare. We're talking about what is your strategy for living? What kind of mindset do you have? Do you tend to think a certain way? Do you have a certain pattern of thinking that you tend to go back to? Maybe it's your faith, right? Maybe you always go back to the way you've been trained to think religiously or faith-wise. Is it working for you? How is that pattern working for you? If your life isn't working and you keep going back to this situation over and over and over, and the problem only persists or gets worse, maybe that's teaching you something. Maybe that is an example to show you what's not working. It's a teacher. Everything can be our teacher, including our worst crisis. Maybe learn.